Right, hello and welcome back to another Denbigh past and present. Now that's Highgate, leading off from the High Street, and where Highgate meets Love Lane is a very steep hill, and that is Swine Market, or its proper name is Mount Pleasant, but it's known locally as Swine Market. And I'll just show you a bit of context. That is Love Lane Garage, that's where I grew up as a kid. That's the actual garage there. We used to live in the flat above. That's the showroom, the old garage, and the attic above the top there. And that was run by Williams Brothers, where my tide, which was my grandfather, you don't have grandfathers and grandmothers in Wales, you have nines and tides. My tide worked for Williams Brothers, coach builders. And when they wound up the business, they gave it to him. They gave a whole lot. Love Lane Garage and the buildings there and the Brits, you can see the pub there, that was the paint shop. But yeah, that's where I grew up as a kid. So that's Love Lane Garage. But just down there, that's Swine Market as it's called. Its proper name is Mount Pleasant. But as I say, it's a Denbigh past and present. And here, this big large building here, that was Rudys. Rudys sweet shop, or confectioners or tobacconist, and contrary to what a lot of people think, it wasn't owned by Rudi himself, it was owned by his wife May. It was her business, but Rudi used to run it and he was in the shop more than May, but it was May's business, it was his wife's business, and it was all here. The actual shop was just here. He had all the fags at the end here, and as I say, this bit of this wall wasn't here, it was cut out here. And then when we wanted anything from Rudy's, when we wanted to know if he was open, he'd always come out the door there and he'd put a sign here. So if the sign wasn't there, then Rudy's wasn't open. So we should look from the window there. If the sign was there, then Rudy's was open. And that was the door. We used to go in there, in and out of the sweet shop. Oh, we used to go out with the sweet shop when we were kids, but he used to have tobacconists and stuff like that. And here was all Wasteland. There was a big car park. People used to park the cars there. It goes way back to what was our back garden of Love Lane Garage at the back there. And here was all Wasteland as well. And there was an old derelict house. It's all fallen to bits. I remember that there. And behind these houses here, we used to have a big, like a hen hut, quite a large shed, and we had, I don't know how many hens, I don't remember, probably about a dozen hens or something like that, and we used to lay eggs, and then people would come on a Sunday morning, used to pinch the eggs. We used to come down from our back, we used to get to it from our back, which is there, and the hen hut was behind these houses. Like I say, all these houses weren't here, it was all just clear. And we used to have this large hen hut, but everyone from Denbigh used to come and pinch the eggs. And in the back garden there, when I was a kid, I used to dig up these old bottles. I think they're called cob bottles. We've got the little, like a marble, little glass bowl was the stopper, dating back to when Williams Brothers were, active. And I think they were to do with, there was a large smithy there, where they used to, make horseshoes and stuff like that. And I think what they used to do on their break is to go out into the garden, the back, which was our back garden then, and push down the glass bottle of these old ancient cob bottles. I don't know what's happened to them. I can't remember what happened to them, but I dug about a dozen of them up, and then used to have a drink and a snack and whatever, and just chuck the bottles in the back, and that's how they ended up there. So it's a bit further down, yeah. Here was the house, an old house, old derelict, all falling down. It was quite dangerous actually. So yeah. And here there was a Cobblers. I can't off the top of my head. I can't think of his name, but Cawthry took that over, the shoemaker. But I can't think of his name offhand now. But Cawthry was just up on Bridge Street, where Portland Place, I should say. This is Bridge Street. Portland Place, and where Portland Place meets Bridge Street, there which is the Star Grill now. That was Eirwen's. It was a grocer's, and there has been 3 Eirwens in Denbigh, and that was one of them there. And next door was KG Owen Confectioners, and before KG Owen Confectioners, pre-war, it was owned by a Mrs. Lloyd Jones, and it was a shoe shop, and it had a very ornate spiral staircase going up to the 2nd floor. And I'll show you where the another location of Eirwen's was, if I can get across the road. I do all my own stunts without getting run over. So yeah, like I say, that was Eirwen's. That was one of them. There was another one at the town's end, which is right at the far bottom of, that was run by her sister, and Glenys. And Eirwen apparently used to make wreaths and like bouquets, and she used to work on them to the early hours of the morning. She was really good at making these wreaths apparently. So that's Eirwen's and the shoe shop and the confectioners. And here is Hennessy Terrace. I did a recent video of this, and it was a wedding present from her father to her daughter. He built this little terrace, and on her marriage she became Mrs. Hennessy. So this terrace, that's why this terrace is called Hennessy Terrace. It was named after the father's daughter. It's Hennessy Terrace. And here, that's where the second, or one of the other Eirwens was. And I always remember getting little small seedless grapes from there. They were really lovely. So that's where Eirwen's was here. And like I say, there was another one on Townsend, the bottom, that's way down the bottom, which was run by Glenys. I'm not sure who run this, but there was I think the 2 Eirwens were going at the same time, but I can't, I wouldn't like to be 100%. And this is the second drinking fountain. The other drinking fountain is next to, well, it's the town hall. It's the library now, but it was the town hall. It was a town market. You should have a market stalls inside, which is on the high street there. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this little short video. Oh, there's the barbers, by the way. That's where we used to go. We used to ask for a square neck. Just go up the stairs. The barbers was up the top there. You go through there, and there's a set of stairs. You go right to the top. And we used to ask for a square neck. In them days, you just shave all your hair off, and you used to, the back of your neck, you used to put the cutters on it, and you'd get a square neck. So we used to just go in and say, square neck. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, past and present. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again.